Hey guys, this is Mai here, and I'm doing this video today because I've been wanting to do this for a while and I feel like it's been long overdue. So I wanted to take this opportunity to share with you as to, you know, why I am a Beachbody coach and why I do what I do. So, again, for those of you who do know that I am a Beachbody coach. A lot of you may have heard the reasons as to why and how I became a coach, but I felt like, in the past year, I haven't been sharing as much as I should be. So hopefully today you can kind of see, where I come from and why I coach and why I do the things that I do. So there's two parts to my story. The first is what I've been sharing with people, which a lot of you have heard. It's about basically how I signed up to become a coach. So to kind of keep it short here, about a year and a half ago, it's been almost 2 years, but my husband actually is the one that signed up to become a Beachbody coach. Basically due to the fact that to save some money and get a discount, because at the time I was working out to P90X and Insanity and drinking Shakeology, and I had great success with it. So I was doing the workout programs every month, drinking Shakeology every month, and at the time, with my husband being active duty, we found out that Beachbody had a great incentive for those who are active duty, where they can sign up to become a coach, get their coaching fee waived, and save 25% on all Beachbody products. So basically, that's what he did. He signed up to become a discount coach so he can buy the products and Shakeology for me because I was using it consistently. So several months after he signed up as a coach, he gets, out of the blue, he gets this Facebook message from this guy named Scotty Hobbs. And so they start talking back and forth. And coincidentally, at the time, I was working a 9-to-5 job, and I was pretty much tired and fed up of, where I was working. I wanted to quit. I wanted to go home, stay at home, so that way I could be with my girls. Either that or I just wanted to move somewhere else that, I would be happy. I just wasn't happy at the place that I was working. And just so you guys know, ever since my husband and I had been married, I've always worked and had a full-time job, 9 to 5. Even when I was pregnant, had my 2 girls, they were always in daycare. So, about a year and a half ago, I was just tired of that atmosphere, and I wanted to find a way to be at home with my girls so I could spend more time with them. So then, Scotty and my husband starts talking back and forth, and my husband approaches me about, hey, you should really talk to this guy named Scotty. I've been talking to him back and forth. He told me about the coaching opportunity. Maybe since you're looking for a way out, this would be a great fit for you, and you can do this and stay at home with our girls. So when he said that, I immediately just pretty much brushed him off. I told him, I don't want to be a coach. It's not for me. It's not what I do. I just want to save a discount. I don't think I could be a coach. And I also told them that it's probably some sort of scam. It's a pyramid scheme, and that, there's just no way it was for me. So we left it there, and then several months goes by again, and Scotty and my husband start talking again, and he approaches me again with the whole, you should look into this opportunity thing if you're really serious about, getting out, of the job that you're currently at. So basically, to pretty much shut my husband up, I said, okay, fine. I will sit down and talk to Scotty, and we'll see what his story is all about. And mind you, at the time, we were overseas. We were stationed in Germany, and there was a big time difference. And I never really met the guy, but I took my husband's advice and said, hey, you know what? What's the worst that can happen? So me and Scotty set up a time. We talked. And then I was so inspired by his story that the next day I signed up to become a coach. So that's basically how I became a coach. But the real reason to, why I become a coach is a little bit deeper. Off the bat, I signed up to become a coach because, of course, I had girls, and I wanted to be at home with them. And so that way I can have more time to spend with them. I never had that opportunity. So this provided that opportunity. But more in depth, the more that, you know, I coach people, the more that I help other people, and the more I see other coaches be successful and see, what they're accomplishing. I've seen that this could be, the road to financial freedom, not just if other coaches are seeing success with this, not only physically, but also financially, why not me? I can do the same thing. So it made me really dig deeper into as to why, I really, really want to help other people and why I continue to do what I do. And to tell you a little bit of background about me, which I really don't like to talk about or don't share with other people, is, growing up, I come from a family of 9 kids, 6 sisters, 3 brothers, of which I'm the oldest. So if you can only imagine how much money it takes to raise 9 kids comfortably, it's a lot of money. So growing up, because there were so many of us, we didn't have a lot growing up. We didn't have a lot of luxuries. It was always, making ends meet, saving, so that way we could buy the essential stuff. So money wasn't always readily available, and the only time when it was to be used for essential stuff like food and clothing. Pretty much that's it. And my parents immigrated to the U.S. with no formal education whatsoever, so they really stressed school on us growing up. And pretty much, my parents are great parents. I love them, and they are who they are. I can't change them. But growing up, because of where they came from, they really stressed education for us. So although I can't claim that my parents were alcoholics, they weren't. They were great parents, like I said. They were not into drugs. They were just good old-fashioned, very strict parents. So that meant that the only time I was allowed out of the house was for school-related stuff. So growing up, especially in high school, I pretty much volunteered for every extracurricular activity that I could get my hands on that didn't, cost too much money or take extra money out of my parents' pocket. That was the only way I was allowed to get out of the house. So, that's what I did. And like I said, because we had so many kids, money was always tight. Well, I didn't really understand what that all meant until I entered junior high. All those permission slips when you get at home and your parents sign and give their consent, whatever, and sometimes there's an error that says parents, work and phone number. I didn't realize why my form was always blank up until I went to enter junior high, and the reason why that was always blank was because my parents never worked. I always thought that the reason why we didn't have a lot growing up was because we had so many kids, but it was because we were on welfare. When I found that out, it really hit me hard. I was embarrassed. I was a straight A student. I couldn't share or tell other kids, that that's how we got by, was by government support. And my dad didn't work and my mom didn't work. So I always kept that to myself, even until this day. I don't think I've ever shared this with anybody, but with you guys now who are watching this, and even my husband, that I remember telling him that we grew up living on welfare. But that's one of the reasons why I work so hard and do what I do, because looking back, at that, and then now with me and my kids, I don't want them to have to go through what I, had to go through and what I didn't have. I want them to be able to have every opportunity that they can to do stuff that they want and not have to limit what they can or can't do. So that's one of the main reasons why I do what I do. And then the other last part to this is because I started off my fitness and health journey with P90X Insanity. I had great results with that. Even after, having 2 kids and drinking Shakeology, I was able to lose the postpartum weight. So with my husband being in the military, I'm surrounded by a military community. And that means, I see so many women who are, overweight. I mean, not all of them, but a large part of the military community. There's a lot of spouses who are overweight, who have 2, 3, 4 kids, who are stay-at-home parents who don't work. Their spouses get deployed. They stay at home. They're so busy trying to make ends meet, because we all know that as a military, with a military life, it's not glamorous. You don't get rich being in the military. So I see that all the time. And sometimes, majority of the time, the spouses who are at home with the kids, who aren't happy, they're not happy and they're overweight. Some are, but the majority of them are not happy. And I didn't want to be that spouse. I didn't want to be that wife. I didn't want to be that person. So that's, why I started my fitness journey, because I didn't want to be that spouse. And so I get so worked up sometimes, because sometimes I see other people who I just want to show them that you don't have to be like that. You can, lose the weight, be happy, be proud of your life, make your kids proud, and do something so that way you're not struggling. And I see so many, spouses who are in this situation, and I just sometimes want to tell them, look, you don't have to do this. There's other ways, other opportunities. So basically that's pretty much where I come from. And, I don't like to get emotional. Those of you who know me know that I don't really get emotional a lot of times, but that's where I come from, and that's the real reason why deep down inside I'm a coach, and why I share what I do and try to show other people that you can live a healthy and fulfilling life and be financially free at the same time. So I hope this video ran a little bit longer than I hoped for, but I hope this will show to you a little bit about who I am, where I come from, and you can understand, where I stand and why I do what I do. Thank you everyone for listening and for watching.